Well, Adam, Chris, look, ultimately same outcome as last week in terms of no points on the board, but I imagine, Adam, that your reflections on the performance are like night and day compared with last week.
Yeah, I think we just had the conversation in there. We're AFC, and when we feel we deserve something, we should get it. But it was a stark contrast to the performance from last week, and obviously the fans have been good enough to clap the boys off there. And I think the effort, the intensity, the expectation of what we want from the boys was there today. But we've had multiple opportunities, and I think it's fell that we haven't put one in, as opposed to not creating and haven't deserved it. So gutted to not get what we deserved, but a much better performance. Yeah.
Chris, what are your kind of emotions after that, and what are the emotions in the dressing room? Because, as we said, it's a much improved display. You've given second in the league a right good go, but ultimately have come away with nothing.
I think ultimately it's disappointment, because the game has turned on tactical awareness or at times not being clever in particular situations, and we spoke about it at half time, and actually the performance warranted something from the game. We didn't get it. We've got something to build upon there. We worked on a shape in training that we've implemented in the game. We limited them to opportunities, longer distance, and then obviously we've had some chances ourselves which we haven't put away, but there's lots to build on, and made a couple of changes with that shape, and there was a couple of the young lads that were very unlucky, but we recognised that at the ages that they are, and having come off the back of a 5-1 defeat, of which neither of them were particularly at fault for, sometimes it's necessary to give them a little bit of a break and then bed them back in after that as well. So ultimately disappointment, and the one thing we take as a positive is the performance,
of which I imagine you have quite a lot of pride in.
Yeah, absolutely. We moved to a different shape, and it worked well. And the thing was, today the lads played to instruction. So for, I would say, 95% of the game, the lads played to instruction. And as you said, they're a good side. They were a very good side when we played at home. They're a good side here, and we should have took something more from the game than what we did. And like I said, ultimately it's disappointment, a bit of pride, but it's still 0 points.
Adam, do you reflect it was almost a bad time to concede? It was pretty much last minute of the 45.
Yeah. And it does feel like when we concede a goal, it's because of us and not in spite of us, which was the disappointment, because it took the momentum out of, again, being on top. We'd had far more chances in the first half, and credit to them, they've said the same. They've just come off and said, you didn't get what you deserved today, but not a great time to concede. But I want to give the lads credit that at half time they said, this is working, we can go and snatch something, more than snatch something. We believed we could go and win the game. So again, I'll echo what Chris said. They're disappointed, but we're pleased with how they acquitted themselves.
And after a tough couple of weeks, does it give you confidence, promise that you can come here away to the title chasers?
Yeah.
And the fact that you are gutted to come away with nothing gives you, I imagine, a real sense of confidence going into the remainder of the season.
I think more so, that's the reminder of how we should acquit ourselves in every single game. That's the reminder today. Games shouldn't get away from us in the manner in which they have, and things are going to happen in football that mean that you've got to lift your head up and crack on. But today was a reminder of what we're capable of, and if we do that, title chasers or not, we give ourselves more opportunity to beat people.
Chris, a couple of weeks off now with no game next week. What are the hopes that you want to get from training over the next couple of weeks?
So the lads will be in again, we'll do some training, we'll continue to work on that shape. We've been very clear that lads have got to work hard to get into the team, and lads have got to perform while they're in the team in order to keep their shirt. So we'll continue to do that, keep the spirits up because of the performance that's there, and look forward to the next game away to Bull.